You know, despite the titles of pretty much every one of my videos, I do actually like stuff, okay? I've seen every episode of Glee, Secret Life of the American Teenager, and Riverdale, so yeah, I have like the worst track record of all time when it comes to choosing how I invest my time. So now I just kind of hate everything by default, and it's worked out pretty well so far. But there was one show that to this day I unapologetically love, which was the 2006 to 2010 masterpiece, Ugly Betty. Even after I moved to Japan, you better believe I was there every week watching the new Ugly Betty on one of those like random shady streaming sites, you know, where there's like 8 different play buttons, and if you click the wrong one, they just murder your entire family. But now that it's been almost 12 years since Ugly Betty ended, I wanted to kind of go back and just see how it holds up, you know? So come on kids, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Well, it's 2022 somehow. Pretty much everyone knows what a VPN is. It protects you when you're on the internet, it stops your IP address from being hacked and your personal data getting exposed. I mean, everybody needs one. But Surfshark VPN goes above and beyond your typical VPN. You can use it on as many devices as you want with just one subscription. They also offer their Surfshark alert service that checks to see if your personal data has been leaked anywhere, like usernames, passwords, that kind of thing, so you can stay one step ahead. As well as their Surfshark search engine, which is a completely private and organic search engine free from data tracking and overreaching algorithms. And get this, you can sign up to Surfshark VPN today by going to surfshark.deals/Alex Meyers and use the promo code Alex Meyers to get 83% off the regular price when you sign up for a 2-year subscription. That means you get premium VPN services and a guaranteed peace of mind using any device or all of them at the same time, plus 3 extra months for free. So if you don't have a VPN, then you really need to sign up. But even if you already have one, go to surfshark.deals/Alex Meyers and use the promo code Alex Meyers to give Surfshark a try. Okay, back to the show. We start off with our main character, Betty Suarez, just your average early 20-something girl fresh out of college at her first big kid job interview.
Betty Suarez?
Hi, that's me. I have a hard copy of my resume if you need it.
Actually, all the entry-level positions we were hiring for, they've been filled.
Yeah, sorry, all the positions have been filled by people with master's degrees and 5 years experience using software that came out 3 years ago, you know, because that's what entry-level means now, apparently. But of course, as you probably guessed, Betty's one of those real go-getters who doesn't take no for an answer and really just wants everyone to know how enthusiastic she is.
I'm sorry.
Sir, well, you got me here. I thought I could tell you a little about myself. Magazines are my passion ever since I was a kid.
Well, Betty, someone from the future, have I got some unfortunate news for you. You know, one thing that always kind of cracks me up about like movies or shows about journalism or whatever is how they give these young wannabe writers vastly unrealistic expectations of what they'll actually be doing. Oh boy, I can't wait to spend a whole year working on a single piece while also hanging out with my friends who all have matching schedules together somehow. And then they finally get a writing job and it's all like, which Riverdale character is your soulmate based on your zodiac sign? I swear to you, this is a real article, everybody. It's like on HGTV when they have those couples looking for houses, you know, and it's like, I collect succulents and my husband makes sandcastles. Our budget is
$7 million.
Like, what, are you with the mafia? Anyway, all the same, Betty gets basically thrown out of the office, you know, because she has glasses and frumpy hair, so like, what are they supposed to do? Come on.
Magazines are my passion ever since I was a kid, and I can't imagine a more amazing place to start my career than Mead Publications. I know most of your magazines inside out. I try to devour as much as I can.
Clearly.
Jeez, man. Things sure have changed since 2006, I'll tell you what. But hey, whatever, it's fine, because Betty's pretty sure that night her boyfriend's gonna ask her that one special question every woman wants to hear, which is, do you want my extra fries? But also, he's probably gonna ask her to, like, marry him or whatever, so, you know, Betty's kind of psyched about that too, I guess.
Justin, tell your Aunt Betty what her boyfriend was saying the other night.
Walter was on his cell phone talking to someone, and he said, she's the one.
Betty, can we talk?
Yes, sure.
I'm in love with someone else.
So yeah, everything's going real great in Betty's life right about now. But even though Betty got laughed out of the job interview, her timing was actually perfect because Mode magazine, okay, the biggest fashion magazine in the world, just got a new editor-in-chief. This guy, Daniel. Now, Daniel happens to be the son of Mead Publishing CEO, and now he gets to run the magazine because his brother died in like a freak skiing accident. But you see, Daniel has a bit of a problem where he can't stop having sleepovers with his assistants, you know what I'm saying? And I even heard sometimes they play spin the bottle. And so, due to a variety of reasons, guess who ends up becoming Daniel's new assistant?
Oh my God. Hi, you the before? Huh? Before and after? The photo shoot?
Oh, no. I work here.
For
For the new editor-in-chief.
So this is where we get introduced to Amanda, and I'm just gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit here, but throughout the show, Amanda and this guy, Mark, just become the perfect comedy duo. Okay, 100% serious here, like no show has ever come remotely close to capturing the magic that was these two characters, okay? They were just in a league of their own. But anyway, so Betty, fresh out of college, her first big kid job, she's now the assistant to the boss of the biggest fashion magazine in the world.
I know the type of woman you hire.
Oh, my father made me.
You're kidding me.
Look, she appears to be good.
This business is all image. Is that what you want representing you?
I can't fire her, Philippe.
What if she quits?
And how do I get her to do that?
You beat her down to a pulp.
I just totally forgot how messed up this show is. You know, your new assistant's kind of uggo, my dude. I know, right? Who does she think she is, being like not hot and stuff? Hey, you know what we should do? Let's ruin her entire life and make her max out all her credit cards just to pay for therapy. Ha, hilarious. Yeah, that doesn't sound psychopathic whatsoever. But you know, to be fair, I do have to give credit to Ugly Betty and even movies like Sierra Burgess or whatever for at the very least having the characters look like how they're supposed to, instead of doing what like every other movie and show would have done. Okay, the show's called Ugly Betty, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's take Diane Guerrero and put her in glasses. So unattractive, am I right, everybody? I mean, woof. But anyway, so Daniel sets out to ruin Betty's life because what else are ugly people good for, you know what I mean? Which is really rich coming from a guy who walks around with this haircut, but like, okay, whatever you say.
Hi, Betty. There's a problem with my lunch.
Okay.
I love coleslaw. I hate cabbage.
But what coleslaw is?
No, I know. I like the tart, tangy dressing. Can you do something about it?
He does things like making her pick out all the cabbage from his coleslaw, makes her sit outside his townhouse all night so she misses her dad's birthday. Although, to be fair, he does have this brief moment where he looks out the window and sees her, and then he's like, wait a second, do ugly people matter? Psych! And then the final straw for Betty is when he makes her dress up in costume to help with some test shots for a photo shoot.
Sexy. More. Keep more. Okay, you're defying the camera with your eyes. Give me a little bit.
Stop it.
So Betty quits and goes back home, has to figure out what she's supposed to do with her life now, but guess who shows up out of nowhere at the same night because he came to the realization that ugly people may or may not have feelings too.
Return my calls.
No, not you. Get out of here. Betty ain't got no time for your shenanigans.
Betty, I'm so sorry.
Well, I appreciate that, Daniel. But you're going to leave here, and you're going to take your town car back to your Soho loft, and I'm still gonna be here. Try spending the day on the phone with some crappy HMO, getting them to cover your dad's prescriptions, or try lining up a job, any job.
Betty, I could never compare my problems to yours, but they're mine.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stop you right there, Daniel, okay? Pretty sure Betty's right on this one. Like, if you lose your job, you still got like $1 bajillion from your daddy's trust fund, and you can just like sit around all day posting nonsense gibberish on social media that sounds like vaguely motivational. The more time you spend awake, the more time you spend asleep. What? But like, if Betty loses her job, her entire family goes homeless or worse. Like, don't even start about whatever problems you think you have, Daniel.
He has a heart condition. Yes, he needs his medication. But you can't just cover the pills and then randomly decide to stop. But it's a real person's health. It's not a case number.
Now, back before Betty quit, she had this idea about a photo shoot they could do for this big cosmetics company they're working with. But when she pitched it, you know, Daniel was like, nah.
No, but I was wondering, there's something that I just... Daniel, I was wondering if you had a quick moment.
Do I look like I have a quick moment?
But now that his heart's grown 3 sizes, and he's finally risen to the very high bar of basic human decency, which, like, we're supposed to applaud him for, I guess, he's also changed his mind about that, too.
In order to show the softer side of Fabia Cosmetics, we're going to use the concept of mothers and daughters, focusing on the small, special moments that are usually taken for granted. The theme being, it's not the big events, but the little moments that matter.
Rick.
Well, the idea was actually...
His best one.
The heck are you doing, Betty? These companies don't care if you're a martyr for them, okay? Take credit wherever you can get it. Paper trail, everything. And so in the end, Betty comes back to work for Daniel to help him prove himself to people who want to kick him out, like the creative director, Wilhelmina, who, by the way, has just got to be like the greatest TV villain of all time. I mean, she was written and acted so perfectly. Just a prime example of someone you love to hate, but you also kind of root for sometimes. She's just so, like, delightfully over the top in every way. Now, like I said, the show went from 2006 to 2010, which also means it was one of the shows that suffered from the writer's strike that happened around like 2008 or so. So season 3 onward is just kind of like not as good as it should have been. But even so, Ugly Betty is still one of the best shows of all time. Is it cheesy and campy? Absolutely. Is it self-aware and knows exactly what it is and what it's trying to do? Absolutely. I don't know what it is about shows having Hispanic women main characters and also just being like the best show. Ugly Betty, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Jane the Virgin, Dora the Explorer, masterpieces, I tell you what.